Today is I think the 20, I think today's the 23rd. I can't even keep track of it. 23rd of April. I'm just going to go on a quick rant because I just can't help myself today. So I'm listening to some news on YouTube, and apparently CNN has a streaming service, CNN Plus, that they launched 3 weeks ago, and it's folding. They're closing it down because they didn't get the subscriptions they were wanting. Less than 10,000 views a day. They spent something like $300 million doing this. So I'm watching this news report. Well, we should feel bad for people losing their jobs. These are not normal people, folks. These are people that get in front of a camera and pontificate bullshit to you. And I'm supposed to feel bad that they're losing their jobs. Well, this is how I feel about it. I like to think that I'm just an average person. I am. I work every day. I work 7 days a week to try to make ends meet. Some days I make more money than others. All right? And I like my life. I like my life. And I'm just an average person. And, I try to live a healthy life. I try to live a godly life. But I recognize bullshit when I see bullshit. And I learned years ago. I got tired of, and I call everything that we see in the media today, I call woke supremacy. These are woke supremacists that are running everything. So I'm sorry if CNN invested $300 million for a platform that nobody was going to spend money on. And what makes me think is, what kind of people are making these decisions with that amount of money thinking they're going to be successful? Do they ever think about getting a whole bunch of people together and going out to various places across the country and say, hey, I want your opinion on a pay subscription news for CNN. Do you think it would be successful? It's real simple. I mean, before I do some dumb things, and I've done some dumb things in my life, I've asked the closest people around me, do you think this would be successful? Do you think this would work? And the Bible says, in a multitude of counselors, you find wisdom. Well, you just don't go on one person. You find a multitude of counselors. So you invested $300 million in a service that collapses in 3 weeks. And I'm supposed to feel bad for guys like Chris Wallace, who quit their job at Fox to go over there and pontificate bullshit. Think about these people. These are not like you and I. These are people that have bought into, they're woke supremacists. All of Hollywood, all of the entertainment industry, everything that you see on a screen outside of what you're doing now, watching me, because I'm just an average person. People are watching more and more people like you and me on YouTube than they're paying attention to what they're calling legacy media, established media, whatever kind of fancy-ass name they want to give it. They want to give it some kind of a fancy name to make it seem legitimate. If you notice, if you go looking for various things on YouTube, they put up authoritative news sources on your search. So if you go to YouTube and let's say, I'll give you a perfect example. Joe Biden touching children. Type that in on YouTube and see what comes up. Now, I've done that for years, and you used to come up with independent content creators with some pretty good stuff. You don't have that anymore. When you do that, you get ABC, NBC, and they aren't giving you what you're actually looking for. They're misdirecting you to authoritative news, and it has nothing to do with what you're searching for. You got to go 3 or 4 or 5, sometimes more pages in to find exactly what you're looking for. Now, the only reason I use this as an example is because I remember seeing plenty of independent content creators things, set the music stuff with Joe Biden touching little girls, and they're pulling themselves away like this, And I want to go find that particular video because I don't save it, and I go looking for it, and I can't find it now because it's freaking buried. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So CNN is stupid enough to go with invest $300 million into a streaming service that they shut down in 3 weeks because they couldn't even get 10,000 people to subscribe. What kind of, does this not tell you the mentality of these woke supremacists that run these news organizations, where they don't do proper research and investing before they do something stupid? The only other option you have is you have people with very, very deep pockets, shady people in shady organizations with very, very deep pockets that will keep something like that afloat, because it's not about making money for a company. It's more about indoctrinating a populace. Look behind. Try to look at everything like it's the Wizard of Oz. Okay, this is what I do at this point. Try to look at everything as if it's the Wizard of Oz. And it's that scene where Dorothy and the Tin Man and, the Cowardly Lion, all that, they're visiting the wizard, and, the wizard's telling them to go away, and to pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. That is what we live in. That is what we're living in. But because we're living in what I call woke supremacy. And you have to make fun of it. That's the only way to defeat this stuff and to defeat people that are involved with this nonsense across the board, whether it's online, whether you're a troll or a content creator or whatever the heck you do. Man, you give them hell. Make fun of it. Make fun of all of them, because the reality is nobody likes to be made fun of, okay? And normal people throw this stuff down the toilet, where you got to be respectful of everything, because there are things not to be respectful of. Don't think for 5 minutes that you have to be respectful of Disney when they're trying to sexually indoctrinate children. Don't be respectful for 5 minutes for school districts that are teaching young children about all kinds of sex. They should be teaching children about sex, period, until maybe 6th grade. At least that's how I feel about it. I'm 57 years old. I started to figure things out by the time I was in 5th and 6th grade. I did not need to be taught bullshit. Teach these kids how to read, write, and all this other stuff. But it's all about woke supremacy. All right, I'm 7 minutes in. I don't think I need to say any more about this. I think it speaks for itself. But fight this nonsense and piss off. Look, at this point, whoever's watching this, and I'm sure if you're on Facebook or whatever, I'm pretty sure you don't have any liberal friends anymore. And I used to have them. Man, I had some really wonderful people that I really loved. And for some reason, all of a sudden now, they just figure out who I am. And maybe that's my fault, because I was never vocal enough about who I am, or I didn't wear it on my sleeve. Maybe I should have. I mean, there's one thing that I could say that good about Donald Trump. Boy, he forced people to draw lines, didn't he? He forced people to draw lines in the sand. And I'm open up to being friends with anybody. But man, you don't want to be friends with me because you don't like my views on things? I got a 4-letter word that you could do to yourself if you don't like it. It's just that simple. You don't want to be my friend, please. It's your loss, not mine at all. It is your loss. I could care less. It's your loss. I have more than enough people that I love. I don't need to add more people to the fold. I mean, there's been a lot of people I've kicked to the curb for various reasons, and good riddance. Okay, I guess that's good enough for 10 minutes. Till next time, have a lovely day.